What's up, you guys? Welcome back to today's edition of Good Morning Lives. And I just want to let you guys know I did release a video yesterday. It's gone extremely well. It was all about blades, and there is a membership edition that I'm hoping to be able to post today. It's actually been done, but with all the craziness, most of you guys know, with Sunny. So it's been a roller coaster of a week, but I promise I'll get back on track. I got a couple member videos planned up coming down the pipe, and then for the rest of you guys, I got videos, as scheduled every Monday, 2 p.m. Unless I can get something out in between, I will try. However, we are going to Fort Worth Barber Supply. In Fort Worth's Barber Supply, we're going to be teaching a class, clipper over comb. And it's going to be hands-on. You're going to have a mannequin. Let me tell you something about teaching this class, because I have taught this a few times now, this same class. One of the things I like to do in the class is I like to have you guys do some clipper over comb before I teach you anything, just to kind of gauge where you're at with things. And I was once training a group of talented barbers who have large Instagram followings. They began doing clipper over comb. I fully expected them to have this completely mastered, and some of them did all right, but I was not impressed with anything that I saw. In fact, I was quite discouraged. Like I couldn't believe that people could be this good at cutting hair and have not even come close to mastering this skill. So I then decided to make it my mission to get around and teach this skill properly, so that even if you're good at it, even if you understand it a little bit, even if it gets you get by in some way, I'm going to make sure that you are 100% clear on everything. Should you use a guard? What type of comb should you use? How should you hold it? How should you anchor? We're going to crawl through all of that, and when you leave my class, you're going to have a firm understanding of what's going on. All right? So I just wanted to get that out of the way. And I appreciate all of you guys who have signed up for the Fort Worth Barber Supply class. And if you have not signed up, I don't remember if I put the link in the description, but I believe you could just go to Fort Worth Barber Supply's Instagram and you can book your tickets there. Really, really in the house. Shout out to you guys. Let's see who else is in the house. We got Chris in the house, Straight Up in the house, Dre in the house. What's good, you guys? Welcome back. So now I want to pivot. I'm going to pivot. We're going to talk about business just for a minute. I'm going to keep this one short, but just for a minute. All right? I want to ask you guys if you feel like you're busy as you should be in your shop. Are you as busy as you feel like you should be? Or do you feel like you still have a lot of free time in your day? Now, if you have a lot of free time in your day, I'm going to ask you what you are doing with your free time in your day. Because there are two things that you can do. Either you're cutting hair, or that's one. And number two, you're working at getting clients to cut more hair. That's two. Okay? So the reality is, if you're not as busy as you want to be, then it is time to make some sacrifices, and it is time to conduct an internal audit and ask yourself if you are actually doing everything that you could be doing. There are plenty of things that are extremely effective that you could be doing, but if there are free hours in your day, an hour is a lot of time. I mean, God, I can get a lot done in 1 hour. If I had a free hour in the day, I could knock out a video, I could take some pictures, I could make some posts, I could go live on my Instagram if I had to get clients, I could make my stories. Like, there's so many avenues of gaining clients right there, all right? But one of the biggest factors that people who are new don't understand, what's up, Wendell's Heart? Thank you for being a member. I appreciate you. One of the biggest things that people don't understand about growing their business, they think time in the shop is wasted when they're not doing haircuts. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a little story about a time where I was sitting there doing absolutely nothing. It was towards the end of the day, and I wanted to leave early. But the better part of me, the part of me that says, no, I'm a grinder. No, I'm a hustler. No, I'm not a quitter. I don't give a fuck if nobody's coming in. I'm going to be here until the time I say I'm going to be here. I'm going to not leave, not a minute early. I'm not going to leave 15 minutes early. I'm not going to leave an hour early just because I don't have a client. I decided to stay towards the end of the day. A kid walks in about 3 minutes before we close. Now, this is a moment. This is an opportunity because you've been sitting there all fucking day doing nothing. Money comes walking in through the door, and what do a lot of barbers do? Oh, sorry, bro. We about to close in 5 minutes, you know. I got shit to do. I got to go sit on my couch, drink some beer, and fucking play a video game. I'm very busy right now. Like, no, man. You waited all this time for this guy to walk in, wants to share you, wants to give you some money, and wants to see what your shop is all about. And maybe he didn't know what time you closed. Maybe he didn't know. Maybe he comes in and you know, this is his first time there, and that's going to be his first experience. And you know what he's going to say? Fuck that place. I'm never going back there again if you do that. But I didn't do that. I treated people at the very end of the day the exact same that I would treat them in the very beginning of the day. So at the end of the day, dude, I've been sitting here for a while, man. I'm glad to have a customer. Come on in, sit down. Took care of him. I remember it like it was yesterday. This kid said he wanted a number one all the way around. A haircut that would take me probably not even 5 minutes. But I talked him out of that, and I said, you know what, we can do that. If you don't like what I do, I'll do a number one everywhere else. But I said, why don't you just leave it in my hands? And I did a nice mohawk fade, which at the time they were like super popular. But I did a nice mohawk fade, and this kid broke down at the mirror. He was so happy. He was like, dude, I don't ever recall looking so good. The experience was so positive that not only did he pay me twice what I asked for, turns out this kid has 5 brothers and father. And also turns out that all of them would go on to make a lot of money. All right? And all of them have been coming to me now for, I guess it's been about 12 years. So in that one small decision to stay at the shop for that extra 15 minutes, I gained a valuable client that came and see me once every 2 weeks. And not only him, it turned into 6 more clients. So these are the things that will happen for you if you put your time in. So what I'm trying to say at the end of the day is if you really, really want to be busy, you want to grow, and you want to have money, and you don't want to feel like you're failing at this, because one of the worst things you could do is go to school, go through all this trouble, learn how to do it, and then you sit there and you brood and you think, I'm just not good enough. I am just not good enough. That's why people aren't coming to me. Like I'm worthless. And you start to chip away at your self-worth, and then you start to look at other people and you think, man, he's busy. Why is he busy? Nobody's busy ever without going through that grind. And until you come to realize that you have to give 100% of yourself to this craft for 1 year, because let's face it, you went to barber school, it took you less than a year. All right? I'm not minimizing that. It's a big deal to go to barber school and get your certification. There's no doubt about it. But to make the money that we make easily, a lot of people go to school for 5, 4-year degrees, 6-year degrees, and still don't make the money that we make. I'm just being real with you. Let's just say you went to school for 4 years, you got yourself a bachelor's degree, all right? And now you're going to run out in the world, you're going to get a job. What are they going to pay you? 60, 70K. You could be doing that in less than half the time as a barber if you use your brain. You got to use your brain. So you have to come in early. You have to leave late for that year. You have to sacrifice for that year. That might mean going out sometimes to bars that you don't even want to be at because you want to hand out some cards. That might mean getting involved in the community in some way, even if you don't feel like it, because you want to get your name around. That might mean when you go home, instead of laying on the couch and binge watching Game of Thrones, you actually put some work in and you create a couple reels, you create a couple posts, maybe you schedule them out so you don't have to worry about it every single day, and you prepare. You prepare. And then another thing that barbers like to do is when they have a busy day, they don't take advantage. When you have a busy day, when you have clients in your chair, when you have opportunities to take pictures, posts, and everything like that, sometimes this business can be feast or famine. So let's say it's Thanksgiving week. Now everybody knows that before Thanksgiving, everybody's going to see their families, and you're going to be busy as hell. All right. Now this is an odd week. You're gonna make double, maybe triple what you make off of a regular week, and you still got dumbass barbers taking days off. Oh man, I gotta take off. I got this shit to do with my kids. Like, what the fuck are you doing? If you're still building, what the fuck are you doing? Why would you do something like that? You're gonna make triple on one day that you normally don't make during the week. Take a day off some other time. You know what I'm saying? Chris said, I remember when I sat in the shop all day one time, and my first client only wanted a number 2. 25 minutes later, he paid me $100. I was thankful for him, and I treated him. And I treated him good like any other customer. That's what it takes. Treat your first like your last, and your last like your first. Jay-Z, baby. He's not wrong. So when you get right down to it, there's a lot of things that you could be taking action on to grow your business. And you got to also do this. This is probably another primary, of importance. Like, if you don't understand this, you will not understand anything. You are the only one that determines your success. I hope you're ready for that. So don't be sitting here blaming the fucking shop owner, blaming your mother for not raising you right, blaming people in your life for this or that, blaming, looking to be a victim, bitching about everything, because you know what? That puts you at a disadvantage. That means that your success is dependent on the actions of others. And people who are really successful don't give a fuck about what other people are doing. Don't care what other people are doing. I care about what I'm doing. I don't care how busy he is. I don't care how busy she is. I don't care how many shops he's got. I don't care how many. None of that shit matters. Because to me, the only thing that matters is that I am taking control of my situation, and I'm doing everything that I can do. I'm doing everything that I can do to grow my chair. That's what really matters. So I'm not going to sit here and blame my broke ass parents that don't have a dollar to their name. I'm not going to sit here and blame the shop owner. I'm not going to sit here and blame circumstances. I'm not blaming none of that. I'm just telling you right now, if you're going to depend on your success to come from external sources, you're going to be waiting a long damn time. All right? So you got to go out there, you got to get it, and you got to make that difference. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you now. So don't blame everybody else. Just look in the mirror, and that's the person you blame. And let me talk to another type of barber. These are the barbers that have been cutting hair for a long time. You've been cutting hair for 10 years and you're still not busy. And then you go around and you complain about how this business is. Yeah, I thought it'd be better. I'm just disappointed. I'm this, I'm that. But have you ever really conducted an internal audit to say, you know what? Maybe I don't need to drink so much. You know what? Maybe I need to put these drugs down. You know what? Maybe I need to take my craft a little bit more serious. Maybe I need to go get a seminar. Maybe I need to train. Maybe I need to learn a little bit. Maybe I've been going home early. Maybe I've been taking days off. Just be honest with yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're the only one who really knows about yourself. You're the only one who knows if you're taking drugs. You're the only one who knows if you're leaving early or showing up late. You're the only one who knows how many shortcuts you're taking in a day. And at the end of the day, if you can look in the mirror and just be honest with yourself, and it's not always easy, all right? It's not always easy. Even at my stage, at anybody else's stage, doesn't matter who you are. All that matters is that I could be honest with myself and say, you know what? Sometimes when I go home, I just don't have the creative flow in me, and I just can't knock out these videos. But I could knock out some photos. There's always something I could be doing, and there's always ways that I could be kind of elevating. And sometimes I take the shortcuts too, and I'm just being honest with myself. I've not been good enough as a creator, just being honest with myself. I've not created the best content that I could create every single time. I feel the pressure from YouTube. I feel the pressure of volume. I feel the pressure of quality, and I'm handling it all on my own, which is also a mistake that I'm responsible for because I don't have a big enough team yet. But those things are things that I'm being honest with, and being that I'm being honest with them, those are the things that are going to change coming down the pipe soon, just to make the content that much better. So I hope that you guys got something out of this live. I hope that you enjoy. And most of all, I hope that you take some of this stuff and put it into action. Good morning, Amber. Thank you for being a member. If you guys want to get some fire like this, the member is, $4.99 a month. The membership is $4.99 a month. You get access to exclusive content, and you get access to content early, because the second I get done with a piece of content, I can actually post it to the members, and it doesn't affect my algorithm or nothing like that. And secondly, I'm going to be releasing some vlogs that are going to be member only. The first of which is going to be my Fort Worth Barber Supply trip. I'm going to vlog that, and you guys are going to see a lot of that. Gonna try to go live during the Fort Worth Barber Supply event, but I really don't expect you guys to be able to get a whole lot out of that. You know, when you're here and in person, I'm able to kind of explain myself and really get down to brass tacks, and I can see what mistakes you're making. And I just don't know how successful we're going to be going live with that. But I'll go live with that, and I'll try to make what I can out of that. So I hope that you guys have a great day. It is a Tuesday, and a quick update on Sonny. I just want to share this with you guys. During the event we were having for Sonny's benefit, those of you who don't know, he had a heart attack. He's been fighting for his life. He's still on life support. Well, during the event, they were able to take out the ventilator, and he was able to breathe on his own. But some things happened, and he's got pneumonia, and they had to put it back in, and they're transferring him to another hospital. So the fight's not over, guys. The fight's not over. And being that there's 30 of you in there, if you could just say a little prayer for Sonny, that would be great. You know, he's one of the pillars of my shop, and he's just a really, really kind and nice person who would go out of his way for practically anybody. So, you know, if you got it in your heart, just say a prayer for Sonny. All right? All right, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this live. If you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I hope that I see you at Fort Worth Barber Supply. And the moment I can go live with another cut or something like that, today's gonna be a little tight, gonna be a little tough, but I'm putting together some content I think you're gonna enjoy. So as soon as I can go live for another full walkthrough, I will, and I will be going live probably pretty soon, maybe tomorrow or the next day. All right, you guys, that's your Noti gang. I'll catch you guys in the next one. This is the YouTube Barber Academy. I'm Mr. Eddie Barber. I appreciate all of you guys, and I'm out. Peace.